Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is a blast from the past. There was a series of movies from Hong Kong which I enjoyed watching growing up as a kid. The first movie in this franchise actually came out in 1982, and that's the movie we're going to review today. But it's the second movie in this series which I believe came out in 1983, the very next year, which was my favorite and the favorite of a couple of my friends as well. And we watched that movie dozens of times during, I think within a period of a month or two, we must have watched it dozens of times. We enjoyed that movie quite a lot, and this is the first one. So I do remember the first three quite a bit. I am going to be re-watching those movies. There is a total of 5. I have watched the movie once since that time, which is in 2011, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I guess the enjoyment factor is much more amped up when you're a kid, because I do believe these movies kind of appeal to kids a lot more, So, but I still do enjoy it now. So, and they're definitely movies which I really do want to watch over and over again. So, which movie series am I talking about? Well, it's the Hong Kong produced movies Aces Go Places, which is the name that they call it in Hong Kong. The dubbed version of the movies is called Mad Mission, so that's what I know it as, because of course, not knowing Cantonese or Mandarin, I watched the English dubbed version. It was dubbed for the US market, and I happened to watch it on television, on VHS, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So the movie stars two actors named Samuel Hui and Karl Maka, who also produced the first movie. So Sam Hui is a thief who gets into situations where he steals diamonds and jewelry and all those kind of things, and Karl Maka is a cop. Now, Karl Maka's character, so I'm going to be referring to the names that I know it as in the English dubbed version, but the names in Hong Kong are different. In fact, Sam's character is called as King Kong, and Karl Maka's character is known as Baldy. Albert Hu and nicknamed Baldy. However, in the dubbed version, Karl Maka's character is known as Cody Jack, and it is a riff on the American famous detective series Kojak, because he's bald and he likes to suck on lollipops. Sam, and like I mentioned, he is actually a jewel thief, a smooth burglar. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeves. He's got a lot of electronic gadgets, robots, and all the things that you can imagine. He's got an accomplice known as Charlie, who helps him, hide stuff in certain places. Like, for example, a glider plane, and a motorized glider, which he's able to hide in another building. So the first movie, which came out in 1982, Aces Go Places, or Mad Mission. You see Sam's character going and stealing some jewelry, and he takes the help of Charlie to hide. Charlie hides it, and he doesn't actually tell Sam where it is because he's killed before that. However, Sam left a white glove of his on at the scene of the crime, and this actually leads to an Italian professional thief, who is called as White Glove. So the Italian mob sends him to try and find out who this imposter is and take him out of the action. So because of this, the Hong Kong police decide to pair the young and upcoming lieutenant. Her name is not lieutenant; it's a superintendent Nancy Ho. However, in the English dubbed version, she is known as Hot Tongue. I don't know why, but that's what they call her. So Hot Tongue is this very, very hot-tempered lady, and she's got an accomplice who's a thief. His name is Big Wang, and whenever she yells out his name, Big Wang, this guy gets scared. He jumps and he tries to run away from her, but she always manages to catch him and then beat him up and get information, right? So Cody Jack is supposed to be from the Chicago police, and they sent him to Hong Kong, and they pair him up with Hot Tom so that they can actually find the criminal. They managed to finally capture Sam after a long time, and then knowing that he doesn't have the diamonds, they try to find the diamonds, and he decides to cooperate in exchange for his freedom, as well as eliminate White Glove, who is an arch nemesis of Kodiak. So it's a small world after all. Samuel also got this trait in him, which I think it probably was fun during the 80s, but you will not see that so much right now. The moment he sees a beautiful goal, his mind goes completely blank. He starts staring and all. That's really funny, but I guess within the context, I don't think you would see movies showing that happening right over now. So he falls terribly in love with a nurse who happens to be Hot Tong's sister. There's also a scene in which Hot Tong, who is really brutal towards Kodiak, while both Sam and Kodiak are in the hospital and recovering from an injury, they decide to do a trick where basically Kodiak, pretending not to know that Hot Tong is behind him, he confesses that he is terribly in love with her and that she's very gentle, she's very sweet, she's very kind, and the hot-tempered Hot Tong immediately turns into mush, and she starts blushing in front of him. She becomes completely a different person around him, and she basically falls in love with him. So there's a lot of fun. There is a scene in which the other funny part, and I was really surprised that I don't remember knowing much about this as a kid, but yeah, watching it this time, I am surprised that this was in a Hong Kong movie. But Charlie has left clues as to the location to where he hid the diamonds. Basically, he uses a buoy, and he has hidden it in a buoy, and the location is actually the numbers that is there for it is actually tattooed on one of his girlfriends, and it is tattooed on one of the girlfriend's ass. So yeah. So I'm sorry, I was laughing hilariously. I don't remember this part watching it when I rewatched it in 2011, but yeah, this time watching it really cracked me up. And they have to find out which of the girlfriends is the one, and there are a lot of scenes where they try to capture. So Charlie apparently although he was a funny character, apparently he had a lot of ex-girlfriends, so they try to find as much as they can from several women's backsides. They finally do find the one, and they tell her that she gets some money because of if they can show her a picture of her, and they said that she can go to a photo booth and take a picture of her ass and they can actually see it. So she does eventually, but however her older brother, who is very protective of her, happens to be a mob boss, and he catches this, and he puts Sam and Kodiak's life in danger. In the end, there is a big fight out, and in which Karl Maka's character, Kodiak, is thought to be dead. Sam gets revenge. White Glove is killed, and Sam is extremely sad because now he thinks of Kodiak as his best friend. And while in the ambulance, he starts crying, thinking that Kodiak has died. However, Kodiak is just pretending to be dead, and he starts laughing. Both of them fall from the stretcher thing with the wheels, and they go into a house where there are a lot of dangerous Alsatians, and they both get chased. That's the end of the movie. This is an absolutely fun, hilarious movie, which I would say, if you happen to like Hong Kong movies, especially the funs with a lot of fight scenes as well. Samuel Hui is an awesome martial artist, and that's pretty good. Even the actress who plays Hot Tong, who is Sylvia Chang, very cute actress. She as well is she's a good fighter. Karl Maka is of course the comedic factor over here, because he's really he looks funny, and he also plays the kind of like slapstick comedy role. Even though he's supposed to be a famous detective, he is incompetent, and it just happens to be that sometimes he has moments of pure genius. So all this fun, all this hilarity, and all the fight scenes, the comedy, this movie is pretty good. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because there are a few things that kind of bored me at some certain points, but overall the movie is pretty enjoyable to watch. So I think an 8 out of 10 is perfect for this kind of movie. This is something which I'm definitely going to treasure for the rest of my life, and I'm really glad I can watch it again. I have been trying to get the DVDs, but it's kind of expensive to get, and as a whole set. So I tried looking for the individual DVDs and thought maybe I'll try to get them one or two. But now it's kind of difficult in this situation. I'm not even sure any of the packages. I did receive 2 of the packages, but I placed 8 in total. Excuse me. And I already got the refund for one of them, because the first one, because I still haven't received it. But I received 2 others. One was a Funko Pop, which I already showed, and the other is a DVD for a television series, which I will showcase a little later. But that's the way situation. That's the situation how it is right now. So I'm not really sure when things can go back to being a little normal, and I can actually place orders and not fear that they may not get delivered. So it's tough right now. So anyway, because I'm placing it from Amazon UK. But yeah, if I did find it here in India, the DVDs, I definitely would want to purchase it. Anyhow, that's my rating for the movie. It's an 8 out of 10. I would suggest it for everybody to watch it, because it's absolutely funny. Thank you, and I'll do the review for the second movie pretty soon. Good night.